Today our topic is about Umar ibn al-Khattab. Very nice person. He is the most justice caliphate in the history of Allah. If you go in Prophet YouTube, peace upon him, you will find thousands of videos about Hazrat Umar. You know, one of the funny things about Muslims from like Asia, they say Hazrat Umar. What Hazrat mean? Hazrat Umar. That's remind me of a guy. His name is a Christian Prince when he's trying to read the word abandonment. About what? Okay, Hazrat Umar. Hazrat Umar. Who's Hazrat Umar? So guys, there is a guy. His name is Umar. He was a caliphate. He's amazing. He is amazing in justice. Look how many videos. The justice of the caliphate of Umar ibn al-Khattab. I don't know what to tell you about all of them. You know, I mean, he's so just. I will give you an example about his just. And then we will go to the major topic, which is teaching the Quran. You know? Okay. So, you know, we spoke before about the breastfeeding for adult. You remember the breastfeeding for adult? When Muhammad, he ordered women, to do breastfeeding for adult person. And actually, a Muslim kid from YouTube, lately he said to somebody, can I do, suckle you? When we Christians, if we say that, the Muslim, they will say, you are a sexual predator. If they say that, it's okay. So just to remind you, refresh your brain. Here we have in this Twitter, we have a Muslim kid, his name is Mimi, and he was arguing with the other Muslims about the Prophet ordering Muslim women. Is it all women they have to do that, or only one woman? So the Prophet clearly, he said to a woman, and give your boobs to a stranger to suck it. And the Muslims until now, they are fighting over this topic, and those who they are ashamed of it, they try to say only for that woman, which is stupid anyway. I mean, doesn't make any difference anyway. I mean, and Allah, he made a verse in the Quran just for the breast of that woman, only for that woman. Why? She is different, a human being. What about the rest of women? So women in a Muslim, they are fighting over it, and things is getting really weird and ugly. But let me show you a story, how much impact this story have in the Muslim society, which is, widely corrupted. Here we have a story about a man. Let us see. Hold on, not this hadith. Yeah, this one. A man, he wanted to have a new wife. And Muslims, they like to change their cars. Like me, he's bored. I mean, the same wife for 2 months, 3 months. Yeah, she's getting older. Hello. So Yahya related to from Malik from a man came to Abdullah ibn Umar. This is Abdullah ibn Umar. When I was with him at the place of where the judgment were given, and asked him about suckling. An older person, Abdullah ibn Umar, replied, a man come to Umar ibn al-Khattab. So now Umar al-Khattab is involved. So the first Umar here is not the second Umar. So Umar al-Khattab now is here. And he said, I have a slave girl, and I used to do boom boom with her. He used to do what? Boom boom. Muslims, they if you work for them if you are a slave, they don't rape slaves. No. Yeah, they just boom boom. That's not rape. And then my wife went to her and suckled her. Unbelievable. So it's not only women, suckling men in Islam. Now we have a new version of it. Women, she is suckling a woman. Both are mature adult women. So the wife of the master, she came to the slave. She said, "Little honey, come here. Come here. Take my breast. What do I do with your breast? Suckle it or I will beat you. Okay? Suckle it right now. Grab my nipples, you know." Actually, this is why they, you see, I think in Islam, Muhammad, he understands the importance of nipples, like nip bills. You know, I think he was finding it bills for like a solution, you know, like it's a drugs, you know, nibbles. I think this is where the word coming from. I'm just trying to analyze the, you know, the English. You know, English is, it's, you know, English is my first, you know, I mean, study. I mean, like, I mean, very a genius in English. So she ordered the women to suckle her, so she will become a family, and then her husband, he cannot do boom boom with her. So if there is a woman, she is a lesbian, and she is having, you know, let us say your wife, she turned into a lesbian. That means all the women she have boom boom with them, they are her sisters. So anyway, the story did not over here. When I went to the girl, my wife told me, "Watch out, because she had suckled her." So he went to sleep with the girl as usual. You know, they told him, "Oh, hold on, you cannot do that now. Your wife, she suckled her." Really? Yeah, she suckled her. So the man, he went to Umar al-Khattab. Umar, he told him, "Beat your wife and go to your slave girl and do boom boom, because suckling is approved only for the one, like, which means make relationship forbidden only for the young." Okay, question, Muslims, if it only make relationship for the young, so why Muhammad, he ordered the old women to suckle the adult men? But here you notice the wise Umar al-Khattab. He ordered him to do the right thing. Beat your wife. He did not say your wife is wrong, don't listen to her, she doesn't understand what she is doing, you know, tell her that the Caliphate told you don't do that again, this is wrong. No, go beat her. I mean, do you see how much justice he is? Let us say, for the sake of argument, this woman, she got the stupid idea of Muhammad wrong. But I don't blame her. I mean, Muhammad, he is the one who come with this. An adult woman been ordered to feed the breastfeeding for adult man. So how come an adult man is okay, but women is not? I mean, isn't it weird? Yeah, but this is the funny Muhammad creating law and order in the society. But here Umar, he decided to make his own judgment, so go and beat your wife. Anyway, you can find this hadith in many sources, and this is the reference. Maybe the admin can post a link for you. And here it says 30 suckling. And you know, the Muslim, they try to solve this problem. They say, no, it's not suckling. The woman, she take milk, she put it in the cup. Have you ever heard of a cup suckling? It says suckling, you idiot. I mean, which language you speak? So if it is from the cup, it's called drinking. Suckling is coming from two. Let us divide it. Suckling, suck. You know, suck. Not a drinking. Unbelievable. And you will see the Muslims in the comment, the Muhammadan, they start saying, first of all, this is about a woman, she put milk. First of all, the women, she don't have kids to have milk. What milk? The woman, she's an adult woman, she's old, she don't have a child. You know, do you think the women, she have milk anytime you open the faucet, there's milk will come? What do you think, the woman, she have a tank in her breast? Anytime you open the nipples, the faucet open and the milk come. Women, they have milk when they have a baby. Even goats. Unbelievable. So Umar, he ordered him to beat her. That is to solve the problem, that's it. And go and have sex with your slave. But there's another story. And this story involved teaching the Quran. I want to show you the best way to explain the Quran to somebody. You know how many times we show the Muslims interpretation, and the Muslims don't want to listen. They say, you're a liar. They keep saying you're a liar. You're a liar. So always you have to be protective in order to teach Muslims Quran.
ألهيكم تكاثر هاتا يدرم المقابر عليكم تكاثر هاتا يدرم المقابر كلا سوف تعلمون ثم كلا سوف تعلمون كلا لو تعلمون علم اليقين لترون الجحيم ثم لا تسألون يوم يجي أنا النعيم c'est ça que tu dois dire. C'est ça que tu dois dire. Lis. Allez, vas-y. Allez, vas-y.
Okay, so I decide to open a school like this, so the Muslims maybe will listen to me. I mean, I show them the reference, I show them Ibn Kathir, I show them Al-Qurtubi, I show them Al-Tabari, I show them the Hadith. They keep saying to me, liar. So I'm thinking maybe this is the way to work. Actually, I'm convinced. There's a man, he came to the Caliphate Umar. The Caliphate Umar, he is the person who Muhammad, he said, if there is a messenger will come after me, it's going to be Umar. Actually, Umar, he created a lot of Quran. Even the hadith says that Umar, he said that Allah, he agreed with me with many things. And then Allah, he revealed the verses as I said, which means exactly.
Over 500 ahadith are found narrated by Umar ibn al-Khattab. As well, at least maybe some scholars have said up to a dozen verses were revealed because of something Umar said.
Did you hear it? Did you hear it? At least a dozens of verses in the Quran revealed, starting from the Kaaba, praying the Kaaba. Why Muslims they pray in the Kaaba? Because Umar said so. Why Muslim women they wear hijab? Because Umar was spying at the wife of Muhammad, and he said to her when she was doing poo-poo, we recognize you, Sauda. So at least a dozens of verses in the Quran revealed because of Umar.
That occurred as a result of Umar. Incidents from the Seerah and ahadith and verses from the Quran that occurred as a result of Umar ibn al-Khattab. Because the persona of Umar ibn al-Khattab is so important and interesting that a number of verses of the Quran were revealed because of him. And
can you believe it? Allah will not reveal those verses, but Umar, he caused those verses to be revealed. That's deep. Now the verses are revealed by Umar, and now somebody is coming to Umar asking him a question. You know, they have a website that's called Ask the Scholar or Ask a Sheikh. This poor Muslim, he decided to ask the Sheikh, but this time the biggest Sheikh ever, Umar ibn al-Khattab. Tafsir al-Qurtubi, the chapter of Al Umran. What this chapter is saying? Let us see what it says in English first, so people can understand what we are talking about. He came to him asking him about verses in the Quran, not necessarily this verse, but this verse supposedly is going to tell you what the situation is. So in chapter 3 verse number 7, the Quran maker, aka Umar, aka Muhammad, aka I don't know who, aka everybody in the in the business of making verses. In this chapter here, let us find a shorter, translation. This guy, he keep adding brackets, and I mean, do you see how clear the Quran? You need to add the bracket every 2 words. Okay, so Allah, he sent the book. He sent it one, he sent that down. Why? Because it was up. Hello. Okay, and there is verses who they are fundamentals. Okay, and there is verses who they are fishy, which mean Muslims do not know what they mean. And those fishy verses is made for the one who have a problem in their heart, the bad one, And look at this stupid explanation. Because if those verses are made for the bad one who have bad things in their heart, what about the good one? What they would do with them? I mean, isn't it the one who listen Quran or read Quran is the good one? And why Allah making bad one in the Quran? Are you saying there's a bad verses in the Quran? So those verses, brother, those who have a disease in their heart, they follow them. Like, what the heck? So if you follow Quran, you have a disease in your heart? And when you follow them, you are seeking discord and searching for its hiding meaning. Do you see what make you bad? What make a Muslim a bad Muslim according to this verse? If you are seeking discord and searching for its hiding meaning, you are a bad Muslim. You have a disease in your heart. Can you believe it? How in the world you say to somebody he want to learn what Allah is saying? He want to understand what this God is saying. Aka Muhammad. You say to him that if you are trying to find the hiding meaning of it, you are a sick person. So now what happened? A guy, he came to Umar ibn al-Khattab, the Caliphate. And this is Tafsir al-Qurtubi, page number 11, variant number 4. And I will post the link for everybody so you can go and save it in your reference. Let me do it. Hold on. I hope the link is appearing for you. So anyway, a man, he came to Muhammad, sorry, to Umar. And we showed you how Umar, he ordered the man to go and beat his wife because she suckled different women. This is how Umar, he correct people. He beat you up. You are wrong. You don't say it. He beat you. So the man, he came to Umar al-Khattab asking questions. I mean, what is wrong is doing? He's asking the wrong person, obviously. He's asking a criminal. So in the hadith here it says, let us go to it, and I will put the translation of Prophet Google, peace upon him. Oh, hold on. All right. When you translate in Google Translation for this page, search where it says in the side the fourth or number 4. Fourth. Now for sure translation will appear in your side in the left side of the page, because in Arabic we read it from right to left. So a man, his name is Umar. His name is I think. Let us see. Subayr. His name is Subayr. Subayr ibn Asal, which means the son of honey. He came to the city of Medina, and he started asking about verses which is not clear in the Quran, mutashabih al-Quran. And he asked about other things. And then Umar, he heard about him. He heard what? He heard there is a guy is asking questions. What he's doing? He is committing unforgettable crime. He's asking questions about the Quran. So Umar, he heard that. So Umar, he sent his soldiers to bring him, to arrest him. And he prepared for him arajin. You know arajin, the long branch of the palm tree, the one it hold the fruits, which is very, very strong. This is why it can hold all those heavy fruits, like it can hold, I think, up to maybe 30 pounds of weight or even more. So he prepared for him. You see, he want to teach him. Umar, he want to answer the questions. So he prepared for him all those branches. And then he started beating him. ثم قام إليه فضرب رأسه بأرجون فشجه. And he hit his head, brother. And he made him bleed. And he made 2 pieces of it. Allahu Akbar. And he continued beating him. And beating him. And beating him. Until the blood came on his face. And then the man, he said, please, all the Caliphate, the prince of the believers, I swear by Allah, all the questions are gone from my head. For sure, all the questions are gone. Are you kidding me? All of them are gone. And let us do now a Google translation. So, and as you see, this is your Islamic website. By the way, I can show you reference in many books, not only this one. So again, let us do Google translation. Okay, in the front of your eyes. Remember carefully that you have to use Google browser in order to use the translation option in Google. So here it says 4, you see? Okay, let's see. No, this is 14. What is 4? Should be 4th. Where is the 4th thing? Should be appearing 4. Maybe we can do something better. Search for the word head. Head, okay. Let us see. Okay. Where is the translation? Okay, let's see more head. Okay, so the story here appear here. So okay, you see here this it says the 4th. You see the sign here in the I don't know if you can see it from your side. Let me zoom in. It's just to make it easier for you when you use Google Translation. How you can find it. You see that? Okay. It says here, Abu Bakr, etc., blah, 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 the Imam of procedure, blah, 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 saying, punished somebody asking about interpretation of the Quran. The verses have a problem, interpretation. Because if the questioner went to ask him, blah, 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 I mean, what happened here? Okay, hold on. The page is jumping. Where is the thing again? All right. So we have to go back. So anyway, this is the story here. You can read it in Google Translation. So the man, he asked questions, and Omar, he heard about this guy asking questions, and obviously he heard about him for a reason. Nobody can answer. You know what I mean? I mean, imagine you are a caliphate, and you have Umar, he is a person who was occupying countries, sending thousands and thousands of troops to kill people around the area, raping Christians, killing the Jews, conquering Jerusalem. I mean, this guy is so busy, right? He's busy with his slaves, beating slaves, raping slaves. And now he heard that there's a guy, he's asking questions about the Quran. And obviously his questions nobody can answer. So the news reached to Umar. So when this man, he start asking questions about the Quran, and those questions, they will cause problems. You see, Umar, he did not bring the guy, says, okay, let me explain to you, there's no problem, this is easy. And this guy is a Muslim. The guy is not a Christian, he's not a Jew, he's not a Hindu, he's not a Buddha, he's not an atheist. He is a Muhammadan. He kissed the black stone. Mwah! And he believed the black stone can forgive his sin. He is a total 100% pagan. So instead of answering him, because Umar himself, he had no answer, he brought the guy and he decided to teach him a lesson. So Umar says here, he brought him and he prepared for him 2 big branches of palm tree. He prepared it for him. You see, he knew exactly what he would do to him before he bring him. He did not bring the guy to ask him, okay, what you said, what you were saying. He did not even ask him anything. He just started beating the hell of him. Umar, he said to him, who are you? The guy, he said his name. And then Umar, he hit him in his head. You see, translation here is not really good. And he made a hole in it. And kept beating him. And the blood was covering his face. And then the guy, he told Umar, this is sufficient. This is sufficient. I understand now. Now I understand the Quran very well. Thank you, Caliphate. I understand. Honest to Allah, I understand. I understand very well. I mean, what's wrong with people? Why they don't understand that this is a true religion? And the funny, the Muslim, they say that this is the Caliphate of Justice. He's what? He's the Caliphate of Justice. Even they have articles about him. Actually, this is one of the articles. Let me show you how stupid those articles are. Umar ibn Khattab, wearing hijab is obligation for the free. And believe in women. A slave woman, she decided to wear the hijab. Umar, she was serving Umar in his house. You know, they own tons of slaves. Very good society. And they say to the black African, Islam came to free the slave brother. You can search in Google about something called the revolution of the Zinj, Z-I-N-G, where the city of Al-Basra in Iraq, the population of the black people became 3 to 4 or 5 times more than the white Arab. Why? Because they brought them as slaves, captured them from Africa, and forced them into slavery just to feed them. The Muslim don't work. The Muslim just sit home, have sex. So this woman, she is a slave in the house of the most admired justice caliphate in the history of Allah. A female slave once entered upon Umar ibn al-Khattab. Allah pleased with him. You see, the Muslim, they say Allah pleased with him. I mean, for sure he will be pleased with him. I mean, look, if you don't believe me, look what he did. For sure Allah will be pleased with him. And then he recognized her having been owned by some of the Muhajirin. He noticed that she's a slave. We own her. But she was wearing hijab, covering her head with it. So what's the problem with that? Don't Muslims, they say Islam teach decency, blah, blah, and hijab is decency? Like we cover the head, but we give you our nipples? So he asked her, have you been freed? Like, did we give you freedom? She said no. So he said, then why you are wearing hijab? Remove it from your head. And then he said, hijab only to be worn as a duty for a free women and the believers. And then Umar, he did not stop. The women, she hesitated to take the hijab. She slowed down to take it off. So Umar, he raised up. He was talking to her when he was sitting down. And he hit her in her head until she cast the hijab from her head. Now, do you understand why they say Allah pleased with him? Do you see it? Obviously, Allah is pleased with Umar. Hijab is only for free women, slave women. She show, actually, if you have my book, actually, you will find that, you know, the women, they have to show their breast, not only not to wear hijab, they have to go and they are topless. And then the Muslim, they will say to you, you are lying. You are lying. So, who can explain the Quran to us? If we ask Umar, he will beat the hell of you. Nobody. That is the answer. And this is why Allah is pleased with Umar. Because when somebody asks a question about the Quran, he beat him. He is the one who understands Islam very well. Chapter 5, verse 101, it says, ask no questions. Verse 102, it says, because former generation asked the same questions before you, and that make them leave Islam. The Muslim, they say about this verse, oh, this is about asking silly silly questions. Is there something called silly for God? I mean, if we don't ask God, prophet, we ask who? Let us say it is silly. The wise man is still, he can answer the silly question. You don't say don't ask questions. And who is the silly here? Who decide who is silly? Well, isn't it silly that there's a verse in the Quran that says there's a king, his name is Solomon, he died and he was standing over a stake for 1 year and nobody noticed him? Who is the silly here? So let us say this is a verse very clear. Okay, I want to ask you a question, Muhammad. How the man, he died and he's standing for a year over a stake and nobody noticed? This is a silly question. If you remember the question when a guy, he asked Ibn Abbas, I don't know if the admins have the link, they can post it. They asked Ibn Abbas about the hudhud. You remember the chapter speaking about hudhud? Hudhud is a bird who is specialty to find women who have no hair in their legs and water. He's like a satellite, brother. So, when somebody asked Ibn Abbas, who Muhammad referred to him to explain the Quran, he said to him, well, if the hudhud can do that, how come if we put some seed and we cover the trap around the seed by dust, he don't see it, and we trap him and we capture him? Ibn Abbas, he said, don't ask that again, okay? He threatened him. The guy, he said, I swear by Allah, I will never do that again. I mean, look how this guy, he got him busted. He just said to the Ibn Abbas, well, if this bird can see things which we cannot see, how come if we cover the seeds, if we cover the trap and put some seed around it, then this bird, he acts stupid and he come and he step on it and we capture him? You see, guys, how smart the question is? Very smart question. This guy is a Bedouin, yes. But he's smart. If this bird can see what we cannot see, How come we can capture him by just some silly seeds? According to Ibn Kathir, this bird is an engineer. Can you believe it? Let me see if I can find that in Ibn Kathir in English so we can laugh. But I'm sure they will take it off. They don't keep it, you know, they take everything off. Chapter 27, verse number 20. He's an engineer, brother. I mean, like, he's what? He's an engineer. Are you sure? Yes, brother, he is an engineer, brother. I mean, this bird is an engineer? Yes, brother. Okay. Let us see if the translation here says that. Okay. Ibn Abbas and other that the Hubhub was expert who used to show Sulaiman where the water was if he was out in the open land and needed water. The Hubhub would look for water for him. Okay, and he go in different locations. But let's see what it says in engineer. Does it say engineer? I don't see it until now. Yeah, it doesn't say that here. I mean, what happened? This is Ibn Kathir. If we go to Ibn Kathir in Arabic, we will find it says he's an engineer. Actually, all the story disappear. Look, guys, let's just show you the corruption of this religion. This is, let me give you this link. This is Ibn Kathir in Arabic. This is what? Ibn Kathir in Arabic. This is the link. This is the official government website of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Open it, please. And this is Ibn Kathir in English. You can use right now Google translation for the page I just gave you and compare it with the page in English which Muslim they post for us. You will find the story is gone. Disappear. It's totally gone. In this here, let us show you. We will read it first in English so we can laugh together. The Hudhud, he was an engineer. It says here, كان الهدهد مهندسا. Where it says that in the English translation, it's gone. They took it off. They said he was an expert. What expert? It says here مهندسا. And then they continue saying, a person, his name is Nafi'. And now you will not see this story in the English translation. Where the story about Nafi'? Anyone see it? Let me know if you can see it. Here, hold on. Actually, we found it. But the word engineer, the statement of engineer is not there. In English now we found here the rest of the story. Hold on. It says, and among the people was a man from Al-Khawarij, who his name was Nafi' ibn al-Azraq, who often used to raise objections. This guy is smart. He don't want to be dummy. He raised objection to what Ibn Abbas is saying. But remember, Ibn Abbas is the cousin of Muhammad, and he is the only one actually. Muhammad, he said he can explain the Quran for you. He prayed to Allah to make him the ink of the scholars. So if you're Muslim, you say he's wrong, that's mean Allah, Prophet, prayer was stupid. Did not work. He said to him, stop Ibn Abbas. Stop Ibn Abbas. You will be defeated in argument today. Uh-oh. Do you see it? Guys, do you see it? I can't believe it. Even the Muslim, they keep that in the translation. Today, Ibn Abbas, you will be defeated with your stupid lies and Muhammad lies. Ibn Abbas says, why, Nafi'? He said, you are telling us that this bird can see the water beneath the ground, but any boy can put seed on a trap and cover the trap with dirt, and then the bird will be, will take the seed and the boy can catch him. Do you see it? You see how Muhammad is proven to be a liar in the time of Muhammad? Do you see it? How this bird can see the water. He can see things nobody can see, but a little boy can trap him and put seeds and then cover the trap by dirt, and then we capture the bird. This is a very legitimate question, correct? Proving that Muhammad is a scam. Now, how Ibn Abbas answered this different story? Listen how Ibn Abbas answered, the same as Umar. Look what he said to him. Ibn Abbas, he said, if it was not for the fact that this man would go tell others that he had defeated Ibn Abbas' argument, I would never even answer. Then he said to Nafi', "Woe to you! When the decree strike a person, his eyes become blind and he loses all questions." Look, what the heck? He cursed him. Supposedly now Ibn Abbas, he refuted the guy. Look, he said, Ibn Abbas said, if it was not for the fact that this man would go and tell others that he defeated Ibn Abbas' argument, I would never answer him. So now he's going to answer. You see, he's not going to let him go without answer. The answer is coming. So he said to him, I curse you. I curse you when the punishment of Allah come on you. This is the answer? And then the man, he said, he got scared. He said, by Allah, I will never dispute with you any concern about the Quran. You will never do what? You will never dispute with you about anything in the Quran no more, because he cursed him. So if a Muslim now he want to dispute with me, I curse him. He will say, I never dispute with you, Christian Prince. You must be saying the truth. Umar ibn Khattab, he have different method. He beat the guy. This guy here, Ibn Abbas, the cousin of Muhammad, he cursed the guy. It worked. Both of them, the questions are gone from their head. The first one, the questions are gone from his head because he was bleeding and the blood is covering all his face and he lost his mind. That's it. This is sufficient, Caliphate. I'm done. All the questions are answered already. No? Yeah, he did beat the hell of him. And now this guy is asking a very simple question, proving that not only Ibn Abbas is stupid, but the founder of the Quran, is just collecting fairy tale stories and adopting them, make them religion. This is how they answer and this is how they refute. Umar ibn Khattab, he beat the guy because he's asking a question. Ibn Abbas, he cursed the guy because he's asking question. And Muslim, they try, because they have no answer, they threat you if you ask question. Because Islam obviously is very solid religion, not a cult. Thank you very much for being here, and I will see you soon again. Christ is Lord. Islam is a joke, and we prove it to you every day. See you soon. Thank you.